We talked a little bit about the National Guard, and you were mentioning some of the litigation that has come through. Obviously, when all of this began and National Guard were being deployed to DC, and then attempts were made to deploy to other cities, that caused a lot of concern for Americans. The judicial branch has been fairly amazing, I would say, in restraining those efforts and holding back those efforts with a number of decisions regarding Oregon, regarding Chicago, now in DC, as you mentioned, with the federal judge saying that that is illegal. The government does have a 21-day appeal window
Yep.
to come back for that. Um, what would you say? Would you say that the current situation, are you optimistic about the current situation and the resolution of the future of the National Guard, or are you concerned that it seems everything is kind of pointing towards the Supreme Court,
Yeah.
which already has part of this sitting in front of them? Are you concerned that the Supreme Court will cede even more power to this executive branch?
I am, and I think there's a reason why Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, talked about that everything that comes out of the president's mouth is legal, and
Yep,
then followed up by talking about the Supreme Court. I think that that's the backstop in their minds to everything, and of course, I feel as though the Supreme Court has been hopelessly compromised in many cases, partisan in some of these rulings, and so. Yes, I think that those things are connected as well. I think the fact that she invoked the Supreme Court and the fact that everything the president says is legal is pretty telling of where they think this is going to end up. I am hopeful that the legislative branch is working the way that it needs to work. As I know that there have been 500 or 600 court cases that have been levied about different orders of one form or another. I know that of those, 150 or so have been ruled to be illegal, and 20 or so of those have been ruled to have been illegal by Trump appointed judges. So I
yep,
haven't totally lost, faith in the system, but I do think it's a warning signal when she mentions the Supreme Court.
for sure. Um, Those were the biggest questions that I really wanted to kind of ask you. I do, as a service to my viewers and curiosity as well. One, thank you very much for your answers on